Hey everybody, I'm Zach.
And I'm Jesse.
And you're watching In Depth.
This is a cool thing.
That's from our friend Tony. Yeah, he made that.
That's cool.
In Depth.
In Depth.
Now you know.
Let's get into this topic.
Yeah.
Something we covered, or actually you and Steven covered last week.
Well, you covered it because you were in the test car.
That's true.
We tested this last week.
True.
We were out there driving the Model 3 to test the braking distance.
Right. I'm back, everybody.
Yeah. How was Space Camp?
I did not go to Space Camp. I just took sort of the weekend off. My first weekend off in
90 weeks.
90 weeks.
You deserve it.
So I took
another
a bit
week
of a
off
break.
every now and then. In another 90 weeks, you can have another weekend off.
Episode 180. All right. So yeah, Consumer Reports.
Yeah. Can I just say, I can barely stay in my seat. I'm so excited because last week we reported to you that Consumer Reports gave thumbs down to the Model 3. They said the braking distance was just too long to recommend it. It was 152 feet. Then what did Elon do?
He, over the weekend, fixed it like a frickin' magician.
Yeah. He reduced the braking distance by changing the software.
Consumer Reports found that it was 19 feet faster at braking.
I mean, that is a huge difference if you think about it, because 19 feet over what would be around 150 feet, that's a huge percentage. And he did it, and he made it consistent.
Right.
There's a quote from Jake Fisher, who is the auto testing Consumer Reports engineer. He said, I've been at CR for 19 years and tested more than 1,000 cars, and I've never seen a car that can improve its track performance with an over-the-air update.
It speaks for itself. Now, I want to get into a couple different things. One is Elon's response to Consumer Reports' report. A lot of times when the media is bashing Elon, he kind of bashes right back because usually what they're saying is pretty baseless, right?
Right.
And so he'll usually slam them. He'll just like say, wow, you used to be a good news source and now you guys suck. But with Consumer Reports, he was polite throughout the entire thing.
Exactly. In fact, he had an hour-long conversation with Jake Fisher and explained, where their thinking was at, and Jake told him some problems that they had, and it was all very civil.
Right. So, and this is where I think I'm getting at. They had some evidence, right? They did their own tests, which I think is very smart. You should always do your own tests of everything. That's why we did our tests, and we're going to do. We're going to do a second test as soon as we get the update.
Yep.
So then Elon addressed it within a week. Not only did he fix all the new cars coming off the line, but he fixed all the cars that had already been released.
Right.
Again, this is something that Tesla does that no other car brand has ever done.
And to your point, he tweeted out, Elon said, really appreciate the high-quality, critical feedback from Consumer Reports. Road noise and ride comfort already addressed too. UI improvements coming via remote software update later this month.
Right.
So, he listened to all of their things, and he fixed as many of them as he could. I don't know how I can stay in my seat. Consumer Reports went from saying, nah, we can't recommend it, and then the first time ever said, oh, you fixed it? We recommend it.
Right.
It's a recommended car from Consumer Reports now.
Right. It wasn't, and now it is. I mean,
the two other problems that Consumer Reports had, which I don't think would have kept them from recommending the car, was the back seat. Now, we've driven in the Model 3 a lot. We've taken road trips and stuff. And the back seat, let's be honest, it's not the most comfortable back seat.
True, but it's pretty good.
No, it's good.
The seat itself is not as cushiony, but you have so much extra leg room.
And you've got the panoramic glass.
And you've got the panoramic glass, and you've got headroom, and there's no, there's not that hump in the middle.
Right.
So it's a great
So,
back seat.
how could they improve the back seat?
Well, you can cushion it a bit more, cushion the actual seats.
Do you think he'll do that?
That's exactly what they did. So you can check this out right here. They added more cushion to the newer back seats. So if you haven't gotten your Model 3 yet, you're going to get a new and improved back seat because people gave feedback.
Now, there was a tweet to Elon that said, it would be awesome if Tesla service can retrofit some of these improvements, if possible, to early owners, Tesla owners, and the line, who supported the company since inception. And Elon got back to them and said, braking and UI upgrades apply to all Model 3s. Improved windshield for aero noise and suspension for ride comfort are major operations. Unless you're really bothered by them, don't replace. Best way to improve ride is drop the pressure to 39 psi. 45 psi is best range, but lower comfort. So can we parse this a little bit? So is he saying what I think he's saying here, which is they've improved the windshield?
Yep.
And so new cars off the line have that, and he's saying basically you can get this put on your Model 3. You can get the improved windshield. It's a major deal. You're going to have to leave your car for a while probably, but they can do that if you want it. And they're also saying their suspension, they've changed the springs.
Right.
So if you want that changed, you could also get that changed.
Can you really? It's free?
I don't know if it's free or not. That's something we need to find out. I'm not sure which suspension we've got, so we're going to check with Tesla. And I'm pretty sure we don't have the new improved windshield. I mean, I don't think they're major things. I love how it rides, and I don't think the wind noise is a problem for me. So I don't really think I need either of those. But we should check just to see. I'm just still surprised though that like they fixed it already. That's incredible. It's not a new model year. It's just like we figured out how to fix it. Now we fixed it for you.
Tesla is a good company and they do the right thing is really the takeaway here. They're not trying to do the cheapest option.
Yeah, and they didn't do the bare minimum either.
Right.
They could have said, you know what? Consumer Reports will give us the thumbs up if we fix the braking distance. That's all we need to do.
Right.
They fixed the seat. They fixed the windshield. They fixed the suspension. Like,
it's true.
What?
This is why we do this show, and this is why we talk about Tesla on this show, because, you know, I'm not talking about other car brands because they don't do this kind of crap.
Can I just tell you, I gave another test ride, as I usually do to people. The guy got into the car, showing off the car, and the first questions he asked.
So is this the car where the guy died?
He was talking about, unfortunately, Joshua Brown. And then he asked me...
Is Tesla going to go bankrupt?
Those are the two questions I get asked predominantly almost all the time. They don't know about any of this other cool stuff. Your job, people, is to take all this cool information and spread it. Tell people on your Facebook, on everywhere, all this cool stuff that the company's doing, because all people seem to know is the bad stuff.
Right. It's the stuff that gets clicks. I mean, let's be honest. It's the stuff that, gets onto the news. Ooh, death, destruction, murder. It's all people care about, right?
And the people who have tweeted to Elon about these fixes, they're just regular people like you and I. If you tweet to Elon, he might get back to you and he might say, sure, we'll fix it.
Right.
That's unheard of.
Right. I send some tweets off to, CEOs of car companies. See if you get some response. See if you get them to change anything.
No.
It won't happen.
No.
All right. Thank you so much for watching this episode of In Depth. One way you can support the show, which is pretty neat, is if you're shopping on Amazon, which you're probably doing anyway.
Yep.
You can use our affiliate link.
What is that?
That is basically we get some percentage of what you spend on your Amazon purchases.
Sounds way too complicated. I don't know how to do it.
So all you have to do is click the link, which is right down below. It says Amazon, and then it has like some affiliate link and then some other numbers.
But it's going to cost me a lot of money.
Doesn't cost you a cent more, and some of your sales actually go to us, which help keep this show running, which is fantastic. So go do that. If you don't want to do that, if you don't buy things on Amazon, you can head over to patreon.com. You can get Patreon bonus stories every week, as well as lots of other cool things. So go head over there, check that stuff out. Thank you so much for watching. Now you know. Okay, wait, so this is the talking one.
Right.
Gotcha.
But,
Okay.
oh, whoa, what's that one?
Okay, we saw it.
Whoa,
Okay.
I like that one.
Yep. Then this one just constantly changes colors. I like it because I feel like it's mostly all of our colors. I mean, we chose a pretty broad spectrum of colors. Right, and the microphone's right here.
Do you realize how much work you put into this?
This is
this is all CNC routed and then individually painted. Like he put so much work into this.
It's really beautiful.
And not only that, did you see this, Jesse? He made us a license plate.
No way.
Yeah, it says that the hosts are Zac and Jesse. It says that the video producers and editors are Brent and Bobby, and it's got our logo on it, and it's shiny.
Right.
Tony, you rock.
I know.
Wow.
I can't wait. We're
Thank
gonna
you.
put this on the Model 3 for some car shows and stuff. What do you think? Check 1, 2.